Hello, everybody, and welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden,
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Nibras.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
and welcome to our Youth Connect. Welcome back, guys. If you're new to the show or if you're a reoccurring watcher, you need to know just a little bit about it because anybody that's new needs to know what in the world is Youth Connect. Well, Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community by the community. We are all youth broadcasters who have our own podcasts, play music, want to go into acting, and even broadcasting work. It's a show that I know that you are going to love. You already met my other co-hosts, which are Kevin, Joshua, Nibras, and Jeffrey. But first up is myself, and I always have to bring to the table some gaming news. Starting off, we always have to do our Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what is our Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, basically, it's a game that recently came out that I want you guys to check out. And today, this is a good video game, and this one is based on wrestling. So today's Game of the Week is WWE 2K22. I'm just going to have to say this, guys, because I've really wanted to say this my entire life. Let's get ready to rumble! WWE once again has another game for all of those wrestling fans, which includes single and multiplayer, including online mode, which you can compete to be the best wrestler of all time. But mainly, what interests me the most about this game is that you could have a story in story mode. And story mode is this. It's your turn to call the shots as a WWE general manager. Take the reins of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or NXT UK and draft your ultimate roster of WWE superstars and legends. Then compete against rival GMs to build the biggest brand in the WWE universe. Become the top-rated show by settling intense rivalries over the top match types, championship showdowns, pay-per-view events, and an ever-escalating arms race of arenas and audiences. Once you've set the stage, play as a superstar or interfere as a GM or call the shots from behind the scenes. The choice is yours. It's a brand new wrestling game which looks absolutely amazing, and I recommend that you guys all check it out, especially for my fans that love wrestling. I know somebody in our audience loves wrestling, so I recommend if you love video games and you love wrestling, make sure to check out WWE 2K22. Anyways, next up is Kevin, and Kevin has with us some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Youth Connect, and the news would be Kevin Aruja. Today was March 11th, 2022, and time is now 3:35 p.m. So, with that being said, let's go to the headlines. Ford defends lifting mask mandate this month as Mississauga mayor raises concerns about timing of move. Canada urged to help as millions may starve due to Russian invasion of Ukraine. Toronto Pearson Airport expecting busiest travel day since start of the pandemic for Friday for March break. And Fred VanVleet returns with 26 points as Toronto Raptors deny Popovich, which is record-setting win. Premier Darkford is defending the government's decision to lift the mask mandate in most settings in less than 2 weeks, even as one GTA mayor questions the timing of the move. At the briefing on Thursday, Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie told reporters she thinks it is a bit too soon to lift the mask mandate in most settings as of March 21st, given the proof of vaccination requirements was only recently removed. The Ford government has said that it will lift the mask mandate in most settings, including schools, as of March 21st. The mandate, however, will remain the effect for a number of high-risk settings, including public transit, long-term care, and retirement homes, healthcare settings, congregate care settings, shelters, and jails until April 27th. In an interview with CB24 earlier on Thursday, Chief Medical Officer of Health Dr. Kiara Moore conceded that there is controversy with every decision, but stressed that Ontario is in a very good place right now that allows it to safely begin to lift the mask mandate. Ford also noted that Ontario is simply following the lead of other provinces which have already announced plans to remove mask mandates. Ontarians have been required by law to wear masks in indoor public settings since July 2020. The UN World Food Program has warned that millions of people in the developing world and conflict zones are on the brink of starvation following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, one of the world's biggest wheat exporters. It is asking Canada and other major wheat exporters to open up their silos to urgently fill the shortage, which it said could lead to millions going hungry in countries including Ethiopia, Yemen, and Sudan. The UN program and many countries in the developing world, including Lebanon and Bangladesh, rely on Ukraine, known as the breadbasket of Europe, for its wheat supply. On Friday, Canada's Agriculture Minister Marie-Claude Bibeau will attend an emergency meeting of her G7 counterparts to discuss the blow impact the Russian invasion on global food security. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said Monday during his visit to London that Russia's invasion of Ukraine was having a ripple effect across the world, including the UN World Food.
Kevin, just so you know, I think you might have accidentally muted yourself, so I can't seem to hear you very well.
Oh, sorry about that. Shall we restart again? Or
No, by all means, continue where you were.
okay. Airport officials in Toronto said they are expecting Friday to be the busiest travel day since the start of the pandemic, as throngs of COVID-19 very Canadians get out of town for March break. The Greater Toronto Airports Authority said this week that they are expecting some 85,000 passengers to pass through Pearson on Friday. The expected exodus comes on the heels of a challenging winter and as COVID-19 health measures continue to loosen with improving health indicators. Officials at Pearson warned that those who have not traveled for some time should expect a different experience at the airport and should leave themselves lots of time. In addition to process changes, passengers may experience longer wait times during check-in, security and boarding the aircraft as there are still additional screening questions and health checks in place in Canada's airport. The GTA said the group advised travelers to arrive at the airport at least 90 minutes before a domestic flight and at least 3 hours before an international flight. Pearson is advising travelers to check its travel hub for a full list of current travel requirements. And then on the daylight saving time begins on Sunday, March 13th, 2022 at 2 o'clock a.m. On Saturday night, clocks are set forward 1 hour. An example, losing 1 hour to spring forward, so don't forget to turn your clocks back. And on the sports news, Fred VanVleet had 26 points and the Toronto Raptors beat the San Antonio Spurs with a score of 119 out of 104 on Wednesday night, delaying Greg Popovich's coronation as the wingiest coach in NBA history. The Spurs entered the game with a score of 3 out of 36 when trailing by double digits, and VanVleet and the Raptors made sure that the dubious trend continued. Toronto led by 17 points and winning for the first time since beating Brooklyn on March 1st. Toronto had 5 players on score to double figures while shooting 48% for the field and 37% on three-pointers. VanVleet had 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, it's leading the Raptors to a score of 34 out of 29 late in the opening quarter. And on the weather news, Friday will have period of light snow. Saturday and Sunday will have flurries with gusty wind. Temperatures will range from +1 to -10. And on an interesting fact of the week, we are going to talk about, you know what I would name it for next week? It is called St. Patrick's Day. So, what is the St. Patrick's Day? St. Patrick's Day, March 17th of St. Patrick, patron saint of Ireland, born in Roman Britain in the late 4th century. He was kidnapped at the age of 16 and taken to the Ireland as a slave. He escaped but returned about 432 CE to convert the Irish to Christianity. By the time of his death on March 17th, 461 CE, he had established monasteries, churches, and schools. Many legends grew up around him, for example, that he drove the snakes out of Ireland and used the shamrock to explain the Trinity. Ireland came to celebrate his day with a religious service and feast. And a fact about St. Patrick's Day, the shamrock is a symbol of Ireland and also St. Patrick's Day. It is a type of clover and usually has three leaves, unless you're lucky. The three leaves are meant to stand for faith, hope, and love. It's really lucky if you get one with four leaves. It is meant to bring you lots of luck. There will be a lot of leprechauns on St. Patrick's Day. People love to dress up. One of the most popular costumes is a leprechaun. Leprechauns are known as mythically fairy creatures. It is said that they have a pot of gold hidden away, and if you capture a leprechaun, he has to tell you where it is. The Chicago Rivers is turned green every year to celebrate. The St. Patrick's Day often gets celebrated around the world. Every year, the Chicago River is turned green to celebrate. In fact, they have been doing this since 1962. And with the announcement with the Happy St. Patrick's Day, this is Kevin Aruja signing off, and now over to Aiden, board gaming and video gaming news.
Thank you so much, Kevin. About daylight savings, guys, I am not really looking forward to daylight savings because guess what? I lose an entire hour of sleep. It's going to be really hard waking up on Monday. Trust you me, it's going to be 10. And I'm going to be like, is it 9? What's going on? My entire schedule is going to be messed up. On to our second video gaming news. We got something that's actually quite interesting. If you've ever heard of Itch.io, Itch.io is a website that is specifically made to showcase games created by indie developers. Actually, if you guys know, I'm pretty sure Undertale originated from Itch.io as well, and a few other ones as well. But Itch.io has created a brand new bundle of games called Bundles for Ukraine, organized by Necrosoft Games, and has raised over $4 million. Every single penny, 100% of the money bundled together goes to the International Medical Corps and Voices for Children, and they still have a week to go. Now, it's absolutely amazing. But here's the thing. Why would I do this? Well, obviously, you're supporting a very important matter. But on a gaming standpoint, guys, it also results that everyone who buys this bundle gets 992 items, which include video games, physical games, books, and albums in their account, which is a boatload of stuff. So I'm here to just help out to figure out what kind of games should I check out in this pack. Well, I just want to talk a little about Itch.io real quick. Itch.io's charity bundles are an extraordinary thing. If you guys know Itch.io, last year, Alana Linear, I think that's her name, organized a bundle that raised $900,000 for Palestine. Well, the year before that, Itch.io themselves hosted the Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality that raised a mind-blowing $8.1 million. And now it's happening all over again in response to the atrocities in Ukraine, and hopefully the millions of dollars pouring in will make a real difference. But each time, the results for the kinder giver is a complete avalanche of games, under which one can become easily overwhelmed or even buried in the overall amount of games that you get. So I just have a short list to check out. If you guys want any big games, guess what? You do get a few. And some of the big games include Skatebird, Celeste, Super Hot, and Baba Is You. That's just 5 out of the many games. Just so you know, guys, out of all of those 997 items or 992 items, 573 of them are all video games. So you get digital covers, you get a whole assortment of stuff. And guess what? It is only $10. So honestly, I'm going to be buying this pack myself to be supporting a good cause and to get a boatload of cool games to check out. But you know what? I really love how Itch.io is doing something that really impacts a very important matter. They always do it every year, and they always tackle a very important subject or a very important matter. So I'm really happy that they're doing this, and I really appreciate how they support indie developers as well as supporting Ukraine. Anyways, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us some good story news and, of course, your favorite animal news.
Good afternoon and welcome to Connect Now for a good news story. Airbnb is sending up refugees from Ukraine with free housing. Airbnb.org has announced it will offer free short-term housing up to 100,000 refugees fleeing Ukraine. Airbnb's co-founder have already sent leaders across Europe, starting with those in Poland, Germany, Hungary, and Romania, offering support in welcoming refugees within their borders and promising to work closely with governments to best support the specific needs in each country by providing longer-term stays. This announcement is part of a larger movement by the company to support refugees. In other displaced people around the world, last month the organization announced that it has provided housing to 21,300 Afghan refugees. It has set a new goal of providing free temporary housing to another 20,000 refugees from Afghanistan, Africa, the Middle East, Central and South America, and other regions over the past 5 years. Airbnb and Airbnb.org have connected more than 54,000 refugees and asylum seekers, including from Syria, Venezuela, Afghanistan, to temporary housing through Airbnb.org partners. Last year, Airbnb.org also announced the creation of its refugee fund and has brought together more than 4,000 donors to further support its work with refugees and asylum seekers worldwide. Anyone who is interested in supporting this initiative, including by offering free or discounted stays, can go to airbnb.org/help Ukraine to get involved. Now for another good news story. California erects solar panels over canal to save huge supply of water from evaporation. Could covering California's irrigation canals save it from the current drought? A proof of concept and pilot project in Interlock Irrigation District called Project Nexus will cover a mile-long stretch of canal in 5 megawatts worth of solar panels. That will hopefully demonstrate an increased renewable power generation. Water quality improvements reduce vegetative growth in the canals and reduce water evaporation. This builds on a 2021 University of California, Merced, and Santa Cruz research team study, which estimated that covering all the state's canals with panels could prevent 65 billion gallons of freshwater loss through evaporation. As reported in 2021 by the GNN news channel, this concept has already been proven to work in the Indian state of Gujarat, where the cooler temperature of the moisture beneath the panels cooled them down, resulting in a small but significant increase in power generation. Roger Bales, part of the University of California of Merced paper, argued recently in the Smithsonian Magazine that covering the thousands of miles of California canals with panels would generate 13 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity, that is half of what the state would need to entirely decarbonize by the year 2045. California grows food for an ever-increasing global population and produces more than 50% of the fruits, nuts, and vegetables that U.S. consumers eat, said Bales. Building these canal solar eras could prevent more than 80,000 acres of farmland or natural habitat from being converted from solar farms. What a great way to save water. Now turning to animal interest news. Cats and dogs may protect owners from memory loss in later life, study finds. Owning a pet like a dog or cat, especially for 5 years or longer, may be linked to slower cognitive decline in older adults, according to a study. Prior studies have suggested that the human animal may have health benefits like decreasing blood pressure and stress, said study author Tiffany Barley of the University of Michigan Medical Center in Ann Arbor. Our results suggest pet ownership may also be protective against cognitive decline. The study looked at cognitive data from 1,369 older adults with an average of age 65 who had normally cognitive skills at the start of the study. In that study, people were given multiple cognitive tests, which included subtraction, numeric counting, and word recall. Over 6 years, cognitive scores decrease at a slower rate in pet owners, especially among long-term pet owners. In other words, the study showed that long-term pet owners on the average had a cognitive score that was higher compared to non-pet owners. As stress can negatively affect cognitive function, the potential of pet ownership acting as a buffer to the effects of stress could provide possible reason for our findings, said Bailey. In addition, a companion animal can also increase physical activity, which could benefit cognitive health. That being said, more research is needed to confirm the results and identity underlying mechanism for this association. Many thanks to our feline and canine friends. This is Joshua Shore reporting for Youth Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
Joshua, thank you so much for the animal news. I knew that dogs were man's best friend, but guess what? Now they're man's best memory friend because they keep your memories safe. Or does that make sense? Oh no, I'm gonna have to go see my dog. I think I'm forgetting. Anyways, for our final gaming news, we have to do our board game of the week, similar to our video game of the week. But guess what? It's a board game. So today's board game of the week is Batman, Everybody Lies. In this crime-solving deduction game for 2 to 4 players, set in the rich lore of the Batman comics universe, players take on the role of 4 key investigators: instinctive journalist Warren Spacey, tenacious reporter Vicky Vale, British detective Harvey Bullock, or the cunning Catwoman, who are drawn into a series of mysterious events unfolding in Gotham City. Throughout the game, players cooperatively make decisions running the investigation and trying to solve a series of challenging cases. They visit famous locations in Gotham City like the Batcave, Arkham Asylum, Blackgate Penitentiary. Oh my gosh. Please apologize, guys. But you know what? I wanted to make sure I included these names in. Or the Gotham City Gazette, and cross paths with the well-known Batman characters like the Batman, the Penguin, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Scarecrow, and even more, while trying to chase leads, identify subjects, and gather enough information to help save Gotham City. The game also includes a brand new hidden agenda mechanic, which assigns secret goals and unique win conditions for each player based upon which DC character they portray. Every scenario ends with a final report with questions verifying how well the team did during the investigation. It is an awesome game about puzzle solving, working together, and crime solving. I absolutely love a board game that makes me think. A game that makes me go, and it's all about a series of unsolved mysteries, and it's related to DC. I gotta say, I love a board game like that. But that's enough for me. That was my board game of the week. Again, guys, make sure to check out Batman, Everybody Lies. And next up, we have Nibras with his entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm your host for the entertainment news. Let's get straight in our top story. And our top story is about rumor is making its rounds across the web that one of the original Marvel Cinematic Universe Avengers will be showing up in Disney Plus's upcoming miniseries Moon Knight. Who could it be? Well, Iron Man is dead, Black Widow is dead, Captain America is gone, Thor is in space, so it could be Hawkeye. But no, that's not the rumor. The reports say that Mark Ruffalo will reprise the role of Bruce Banner, aka the Hawk, and Moon Knight. The new report comes from the Disney Show podcast via CBR, where host Kyler Schuler and Derek Cornell claim to have received inside info that Ruffalo will be appearing in Moon Knight. There's no word on the nature of the appearance, whether it will be a cameo or will it be a full-fledged recurring role in the miniseries. Though they joked about the notion of Bruce Banner becoming for the new era of the MCU what Samuel L. Jackson's Next Fury was for Phase 1. So far, so could there be any possible reason for Bruce Banner for his other guy to show up in Moon Knight? So far, the MCU Hulk hasn't been real strong on the mythical side of the things like Moon Knight, nor he has considered to be so-called street level hero like Marvel pugilist along the lines of Moon Knight and Daredevil. Sure, like the guys from the Disney Insider show joked, he could simply act something like a contact for a new lineup of Avengers, like Nick Fury was, like I mentioned before, to link up. However, there's a potentially much more intriguing connection between the Hulk and the first of Khonshu. As he has widely reported, Moon Knight will delve deeply into the particular character's and the dissociative identity disorder, did once known as multiple personality disorder. Oscar Isaacs, who's playing the character, displays at least five distinct personality. So there's five personality in one person. Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, Luke Lockley, Moon Knight, and Mr. Knight. So five personality. Do you know what other Marvel character in the source material suffers from death? That's right, Bruce Banner. Yes. Even if we don't hear of a diagnosis of death for Bruce Banner in Moon Knight, it could be that the subject will at least be broached for further exploration in She-Hulk. Yes, Mark Ruffalo is confirmed for that series, and while it mainly serves to introduce his cousin's character, it could represent the perfect opportunity to finally delve into his past. Moonlight comes on Disney Plus on March 30th. So this is great news. And at first I was thinking, oh yeah, it's a simple show, Moonlight, but it's not. It's gonna delve even deeper into the MCU, right? And of even She-Hulk. It's gone. I really recommend you guys watching on March 30th. It's going to be a great show, and it's Moon Knight, right? I'm very excited for that. And before I go to my second story, I'll let you give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is drum roll, please. Did you guys know chewing gum boosts concentration? Yes, that's true. Next time you're having trouble focusing, you might want to reach out for a stick of gum. In a 2013 study, the British Journal of Psychology found that those subjects who chewed gum while taking part in a memory challenge were able to stay focused for longer periods of time than those who did not chew gum. And honestly, that's true, right? When you're chewing gum, the concentration, you're more focused. And I've also seen sometimes I do get much focus, and it's in a study, right? It's a fact. So yeah, next time you want to focus on concentrate, chew gum. And today, actually, I do have a chewing gum packet. I did chew before because when I read the fact, and yeah, and this is a really interesting fact. Now to my second story. So my second story is a different story. It's about an event. So on Monday, March 14th at 7 p.m., Hydak are hosting a paint night with live music, good news stories, podcasts, movie suggestions, and etc. It's gonna be a great event to promote peace and acceptance, kindness, and love. As Hydak Youth Advisory Council members, we think our world needs lots of love, hope, and compassion. Together, as youth, we can stand together while creating positive momentum and reminding people the importance of world peace. So it's gonna be a great event, and it has live music, it has everything. It's a really fun event, and most of all, it's promoting peace, love, kindness, and acceptance. I'm very excited. I'll be there, and I hope to see you there too. And yeah, and that's all for me. As always, it's Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to Aiden. Bye.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Nibras, for sharing the information on the high deck. It is a very important event, guys, on Monday from 7 p.m. It is really cool. Gonna have painting. We're gonna have good news stories. We're gonna have music. We're gonna have everything. And obviously, it's not a go-to place. It's a online thing, so you don't need to worry about wearing a fancy dress. I recommend that you check it out, guys. Remember, Monday, 7 p.m., high deck. Anyways, I can't forget, because we have to do one more person. The cherry on top, in my opinion, of our high deck. Oh, goodness gracious, of our Youth Connect. Oh, I had high deck in my brain. The cherry on top of our Youth Connect, we have Jeffrey with live music.
Hi, everybody. Hope you guys doing great out there. Hope you're ready to hear some music. This is Could You Be Loved by Bob Marley. Could you be loved and be loved? Don't let them fool you up. We've been trying to school you up. We got your mind of on, so go down, go down. What you're thinking is not right. Love, never leave us alone. In the darkness, must come out to light. Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved? Oh yeah, and be loved. Road of life is rocky. You've been stubborn too. That's why you point your finger. Someone else is judging you. Don't your brother man be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Don't let them change ya. Oh, spinum bum ba-dum spinum bum ba-dum bum bum bum. We've been rearranged ya. Spinum bum ba-dum bum. Oh no, spinum bum ba-dum bum. You've got to light clear. Ooh, 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 they say, only with this other business can survive. Stay alive, hey, could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved and be loved? You're never gonna miss your water until your arrows dry. No matter how you treat, and you'll never be satisfied. Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be love? Could you be love? Don't let them change you. We've been rearranging. We got to live live. Get up now. We've been sitting down too long. Get up now. Get up now, up now, hey. Be loved and be loved. Could you be loved and be loved? Never gonna miss the water till you're out and dry. No matter how you treat me, then you'll never be satisfied. Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Say something, say something, say something, say something. Could you be loved? Say something, say something, say something, say something. Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey from Youth Connect reporting live. This is Jeffrey from Youth Connect signing out. And it's back to you, Aiden. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
I was absolutely just coming here, just like banging my head. I was just like, nah, nah, nah. Dude, that was such a good song to just like bang my head to. I was really just jamming with the music, guys. Absolutely love it, guys. You need to. I gotta say, Jeffrey for me is the cherry on top of our Youth Connect. And usually this is where we end. But guess what? I have one final announcement. I know this is a really long Youth Connect, but this is a really, really, really important announcement. So before we end, have you guys ever heard of an awesome event called the Intersectional Infinity Summit? Well, I bet some of you are saying, what the heck is that? Well, I want to talk to you about this awesome event. And let me tell you a little bit about it. They will be hosting their first international event, not just regional, international, and are honored to be collaborating with a number of diverse international and local autistic and otherwise neurodivergent advocates, educators, and all-around excellent human beings. They also have many events organized throughout this summit, and they have a whole bunch of stuff for the week as they learn from the multiple authentic lived experiences of autistic and otherwise neurodivergent humans, while celebrating and highlighting autistic and ND pride and excellence. They will be promoting acceptance over awareness and drawing attention to the need for a significant shift in how our societies and systems understand the impact of autistic and neurodivergent humans of all ages. This is not just your average event. This is an event that really, really is trying to make a difference. And the good thing about it, guys, is that there's no heavy cost or heavy fee. If you guys want to tune in for it and learn and just gain information, it's absolutely free. And it is just a place where you can learn, hear the stories of your fellow neurodivergent friends or people. You're going to learn a lot from these guys. And I don't know about you, but if you guys aren't really interested, let me tell you, you might find a little secret if you really tune in. So I recommend that you please check this out. It is such an amazing event. Just look up the Intersectional Infinity Summit online, and you should be able to find something. Make sure to register, guys. I really hope that you are able to tune into it because it is an amazing event. Anyways, though, I hope that you enjoyed Youth Connect. If you did love Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bell.
And
don't forget. And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Just before then, thank my co-hosts. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Nibras. And thank you, Jeffrey. And we will see you all next time. Have a good weekend, guys. And I hope that you have an amazing March break. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.